So hi and welcome back to this another episode with me Arshi. I think हमारे दिमाग में being an MBA aspirant बहुत सारे questions आते हैं, right? Especially उन students के दिमाग में जिनको कोई टॉप का टियर 1 कैटेगरी का कॉलेज नहीं मिल पाता है, राइट? आपने थंबनेल देखा होगा वाई MBA, क्यों MBA ज़रूरी है. एंड टुडे आई हैव समबडी जिन्होंने अपना MBA किया है इंडिया से भी, अब्रॉड से भी, टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. मेरा ये सवाल पूछने का रीज़न ये है, वैसे तो मैं ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे वीडियोस बना चुकी हूँ जहाँ इंडस्ट्री में जो लोग हैं उन्होंने अपने अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस शेयर किए हैं. इस साल रिसेशन है, राइट? सोशल मीडिया की पावर की वजह से एवरीबडी नोज कि IIT बॉम्बे स्ट्रगल कर रहा है प्लेसमेंट्स में. कई सारे IIMs में न्यूज़ आई है. रिसेंटली मैं आर्टिकल पढ़ रही थी जहाँ बच्चे ने पोस्ट किया था दैट हमारे IIMs में जो कि 21 IIMs है कि हमारा प्लेसमेंट हुआ और वो जो कंपनी है वो एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करती है. और वही सेम कंपनी जो बेबी न्यू IIMs 3 IIMs में गई थी और सेम सिचुएशन है, राइट? कि उनका ऑफिस ही नहीं है, प्रॉपर वेरिफिकेशंस नहीं हो रहे. तो ये जब हम टियर 1 कैटेगरी के कॉलेजेस में देखते हैं कि इतना ज़्यादा इन्फ्लेशन है पैकेजेस का कि 17 लाख पैकेज 14 लाख का है, दिखा रहे हैं 17 लाख रुपए, या बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स अनप्लेस्ड हैं. तो जो बच्चा स्पेशली टियर 2 टियर 3 कॉलेजेस में जाता है, क्योंकि अगर हम अभी की सिचुएशन में देखें तो ऑन एन एवरेज 10 से 15 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट MBA में है. भले आपका स्कोर अच्छा हो, आप टियर 1 में जाओ या इवन टियर 2 कॉलेजेस में जाओ, अगर आप पुणे, दिल्ली, बैंगलोर, मुंबई जा रहे हो. तो मन ये है कि क्या MBA करना सही है, राइट? क्यों करना चाहिए? दूसरा, बहुत सारे इंटरनेट पे ऐसे भी ऑप्शंस आते हैं कि इट्स बेटर कि आप सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्सेज कर लो, आप उसमें जॉब स्टार्ट कर सकते हो. लेट्स से आपने डिजिटल मार्केटिंग कर लिया या बिग डेटा एनालिटिक्स का कोर्स कर लिया. तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक, यू बीइंग देयर इन द इंडस्ट्री, यू वर्किंग फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 7.5 years, जैसे कि लास्ट वीडियो में हमने बात की, आपने अपना MBA इंडिया से किया, दैट टू फ्रॉम अ टियर 2 कॉलेज, देन उसके बाद अपना 1 year का मास्टर्स भी किया IB में अब्रॉड से. सो आपको क्यों लगता है, क्या लगता है कि MBA does it really make sense?
See, actually MBA really makes sense if you want to do business, because the world would be revolving only on business, to be very precise. And coming to the IIMs comparison to other colleges. So first thing, as there is a perception in the market, in the complete India, that if you get into IIM, that means you get minimum of 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs. So this perception has been created. So see, packages are not going to IIMs, to be very precise. See, right now, if an existing IIM where the cutoff is 99 percentile, and they have started taking students who are having only 70 percentile, the packages cannot go up. See, all the institutions in the world or in the country are an aggregators and a platform for them. So where the recruiters and industry and the students who are aspiring to become a management professionals are meeting at a certain point. So it just you can say that's a training period. People are going to get trained as per the industry, right? After getting into the placement drive and getting into the corporates and industry, what are the things you have to get inherited so that we reduce our workload in training you, in explaining you, like most of all the top tier 1 and as well as top tier 2 institutions, always tier 2 institutions follow IIMs. Whatever they do a carbon copy, right? Like example, IIM Ahmedabad or Bengaluru, if they do 400 case studies and in 2 years of your MBA program, in tier 2 normally it relates to 100, 150. The reason is the aptitude level of the students is not that level, not because of the CAT percentile. It's also a lot of various factors, right? Example, the work experience. If a person is already been in work experience, work with the teams and the corporate and the industry for a certain number of years, because the average age, if you see for the top institutions, it is 3.6 years is the average age, right? So the person who worked for at least 2 years, they get to know how to be in a team as a player, as a leader. What are the minimalistic lines between the people, even in the hierarchy? So what leads to us to fulfill a common objective? So how we can drive that? So that type of training is going to delivered in any of the top institutions of the management, right? If recession is the best time to study. The reason is, like example, people say when in the markets, financial markets, whenever the stocks has been going down, that means people are selling, right? So at that point of time, if you buy, but obviously your way of life is going to increase because the people would be developing themselves year on year. So the person who is in a panic situation that market is going down and he is going to sell off everything, to whom he is going to sell? To another person, no? To another buyer. The person who bought at a recession at a bear time, at the bull time, you would be having that. So recession gives you new opportunities. Like example in pandemic, a lot of industries came up. If pandemic doesn't erupt in this era, there's a lot of things which are not been evolved. Like example, right now, each and every tiny business in the country, in the world, are having an ERP system and analytical tool. It's a data driven and system driven and probability predictive driven. एक टाइम पे ये होता नहीं था. पैंडेमिक ने ये तो होने वाला ही था, but pandemic speed up the process, which is equivalent to 10 years, reduced to within an year. The reason is everyone cannot move out of it. So people never commit a suicide if we have problems. They figure out a way out. So recession and these type of financial depressions and pandemics where bigger things happen, that time new things evolve, and this time the curriculum changes and that curriculum would be updated as per the future. Because management is all about forecasting the vision, what is going to happen down the line of 15 to 20 years, how the industries and new companies are going to come, what are the products and services would be utilized by the normal consumers and existing business people. Like example, if you see 5 years back, exactly 7 to 8 years, 5 years, 6 years back, there is no unlimited internet for every person, right? So that unlimited internet plan opened up windows for everyone. Where the internet usage is not limited now. So at a minimal cost, right?
Absolutely.
And everyone these days uses their personal assistants. People, at one point of time, people used to say that why people are using this voice assistants. So there is no future for this. But now if you see most of the people doing their work, they just do the voice assist. And not only that, they also even listen to the podcast. So new industries came up when we are into the pandemic. And always recession comes when the existing industry products or services have been stagnated. Because वो पुराने तौर तरीके चल नहीं पा रहे, the existing process has been stagnated. So that's the reason the recession came, because you can say that, like example, till this time people example using printers, right? And as well as now people don't use printers, people use their PDF readers. Most of the people don't need a physical documents, right? Before that there's a typewriters. So typewriter company are unable to transform or completely restructure their company. That's the reason printers taken over. There is a company called Blockbuster where all the movie DVDs and VCDs should be sold only on rent. But when the OTT came up, Blockbuster went for bankruptcy. And Netflix was about to merge with Blockbuster. They went for Blockbuster to just buy a company. At that time they refused. Right now you can see the valuation of Netflix. So always the recession or the crisis gives you more opportunities, and the people who are learning or adapting new skills at that point of time, they would be industry ready. Till the recession is end, you are the person who is completely equipped with a management program, with a degree program, which is a post graduation. So जो recession खत्म होने के बाद जो करता है, तब तक जो already जो किया हुआ है, वो अपना opportunity लेके चला जाएगा. And if you are not doing that, doesn't mean that no others are doing it.
करेक्ट. मेरा एक और क्वेश्चन है, आई मीन ये तो हमने बात कर ली दैट यू नो रिसेशन है, दैट मींस अपॉर्चुनिटी. और इससे पहले भी जब रिसेशंस आया उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल कैट के एस्पिरेंट्स भी बढ़े हैं एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज भी मिली है. बच्चा ये सोचता है मैंने एमबीए कर लिया, मुझे मैनेजर प्रोफाइल मिल जाएगी, अच्छा प्लेसमेंट मिल जाएगा, राइट? बहुत अनरियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशन है. तो आपको क्या लगता है दैट वन समबडी कंप्लीट एमबीए, व्हाट कॉर्पोरेट इज ऑल अबाउट, एंड एमबीए आपको ऐसी क्या चीज़ सिखाता है जो कि आपको हेल्प करता है ग्रो करने में?
See, MBA makes you understand how to predict the future, what is going to happen in the future. MBA makes you understand to consider the real facts, reality. Because there's a problem because we don't have real-time exposure from our childhood education. Now with NEP, the things has been changed where the school kids can choose their own subjects these days. That was not been there. So it's been completely till graduation you have to study this. People used to impose you have to only do this. But now people also work part-time, and even people also do freelancing work when they are studying in the school as well. But at that point of time, their opportunities are not there, right? So coming to this MBA, what other things? One is team, how to handle your teams, because no one can become a person can handle the complete company or to bring $100 billion to a company. You need required people, you need required small team, you require also contractual people as well. You also require strategic alliances to whom you have to partner, to whom you should not partner. And MBA gives you research knowledge. So for anything to go ahead, first you have to do a detailed research. What if example if you want to get into FMCG, so first you have to study about FMCG, not about that company. So what is this FMCG industry, what are the entry and exit barriers, मतलब इसके अंदर कैसे घुस सकते हैं और कैसे वापस आ सकते हैं, और इसमें किस लेवल का कंपटीशन होता है, और इसमें किस लेवल का रिस्क होता है, और इसमें कितना कैपिटलाइजेशन की ज़रूरत है, और किस टाइप का प्रोडक्ट्स किस जगह पे with the place, and as well as with the and the government policies over there, and as well as economic policies over there, and the social policies over there, and existing employees in that company are suitable to do this new product or not. So first research, competitive analysis, and they also have strategy, how to formulate a strategy. So there are a lot of tools like Pistol, Brio, where you evaluate yourself, your company, that हमारा क्या ड्रॉबैक्स हैं, what are our strengths, what are our opportunities, and what are demerits. And the strength what we've been calculated 2 years back, now it's really a strength. So the backward analysis and the forward analysis, and what are the things we have done past. So that is you can say that history, they make you learn about what is history, what is current, and as well as future, and how to approach to a problem with a proactive approach and a reactive approach. So proactive approach is mainly for the long term people. So how you do a proactive approach, how you create a plan B, what is contingency plan. So if there is a sudden crisis, like example as you said, recession, if there is sudden crisis of pandemic, so if there is a sudden crisis of recession, so what existing employees and what existing companies do, so always they project that there is a predicted time for every crisis, and as well as for every growth, and for every success. They predict, not exactly 100% but nearby. So when they predicted this recession or this pandemic, so they make their plans for the backup. So that is going to be learned in the classroom, and you do simulation programs where the real companies are on digital, where you form the teams. You are a CEO sometimes, you are a CMO sometimes, your team people would be CHO, and as well as operators, some business analysts, and as well as financial person. So you would be taking decision as a management person over there in the simulation, and there are existing companies and there would be existing problems, and we would be getting a news as well. So for this month, so this has been happened, this government policy has been changed, so that demand for steel has been increased because there's a lot of real estate projects are coming in, people are looking to buy more, and there are a lot of, because of FDI in India, a lot of companies want to construct their infrastructure. So these type of realistic news would be given them, and there is an XYZ company which is operating, and that company is given to you to handle. In the same manner, in your classmates would be having your competitor companies. So आप सब लोग मिलके एक team बन के with the management aspect. So if you're doing that, then you can analyze, हाँ अगर मैं सच में CMO हुआ होता, अगर मैं ये लिया होता, so I think I'm capable of in thinking in that manner. So this type of programs would be there, and mainly management is all about networking, right networking. Most of people, see, knowing a CEO for me, if I'm a student, there's no use, to be very precise. For me, I need team leaders, managers, senior managers, general managers, because my first opportunity is given by them. So right networking is important. So they would be having a lot of executive conclaves, operation conclaves, where the industry people come in. Industry people come and teach you some of the subjects, right? And not only that, you would be having competitions, inter-college or inter-university competitions with the case studies, business plans. And you have an incubation center in all good institutions, where the startup environment is being formed. So for making a startup, what are the things have been required? Like example, ease of doing business ranking is important if you want to get into a startup. Like example, now in India, UP has been ranked #1 for ease of doing business. Why? So how the ranking increases? So if a person taken a decision to start a company in particular place, so how much time he required and how much resources he required to establish a company, the paperwork, the approvals, so that comes under ESG.
Okay, fine.
Ease of doing business, sorry.
Also, this one last question,
Yeah.
you know, let's say अगर हम एक पैकेजेस की बात करें तो यूजुअली टियर 2 टियर 3 कॉलेजेस में आप 6 से 10 लाख के बीच का पैकेज
हाँ जी।
एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो, बट एक क्वेश्चन ये है दैट आप नेक्स्ट 5 इयर्स में इसको कितना कर सकते हो अगर आप सही से कैपिटलाइज करो?
See, I have my batchmates and myself as well, where we started, currently what we are earning is 3 times lesser. With 7.5 years of journey. So currently I have a profile, so which is as per the industry, it requires at least 14 years of work experience. And I have one of my friend who started with productivity, right? He was started with very bare minimum. You may, it's around 3.25 in the year 2016. Currently he's working as an manager in Tata Telecommunications in Delhi. Currently CT is around 22 to 25 lakhs. And one of my friends started with Gartner in the year 2017. Currently he's with IDC in Dubai. One person is also represented Canada as well. So he went back, I came back to India. So he went back after doing his masters from Germany, he came back to India, he done it over here and he went back and he settled down over there. So currently he's also earning, if in Indian currency, if you see that it's more than 40-50 lakhs. Okay. So that depends. There are successful stories and there are also some not failure stories. They are to be success stories because every time the situation changes for different people.
Yes.
The person who got highest placement in my batch, currently he and myself are earning at the same level. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. It doesn't mean that the person who got the highest placement, his growth would be like this only. No. It's the same with the industries and it's the same with the countries and economics and as well as your recession. If there is a recession, again there would be a plunge. Because every time you cannot steep higher. Sometimes you also get exhausted, like a human being get exhausted if you play cricket for 12 hours a day. But obviously you have to sleep for at least more than 10 hours. Every day you cannot play for 12 hours. You have to take a break.
Yes.
Like you're working for 5 days and taking a break of 2 days.
Okay.
So that depends upon the person. You have a very good environment. You have seniors, you have to get team managerial profile. So my suggestion for the students is aim for a smaller objective. Wherever you go for the MBA, management program. After placement, within 3 years, try to become a manager. Once you become a managerial person, you get a team, you get a small set of operations to do to achieve the bigger goal at a smaller level. So manager is a starting position to get into the hierarchy. Manager, then senior manager, and as well as AGM, general manager. And this journey starts till manager and ends till CEO. So the CEO have a wider operations doing exactly like a manager. Like CEO is answerable to the owners and the shareholders, and manager is answerable for the general managers, regional managers, and general manager is answerable for the regional and cluster heads and zonal heads, and they are again answerable for the vice presidents, presidents, senior president. So if you try to become within 3 years as a manager, then your responsibility increase, you get a team and you get a good project to show the results. Once you become a person who are responsible for showing the results, then there is no looking back.
Okay, fine. So I think I am done with all my questions. Thank you so much for your time, and बाकी ऐसी videos के लिए follow